myself.
Whatever. Well, Jack, this is like the greatest thing you've done since School of Rock.
Really?
Both of those things were with Richard Linklater. At least I thought so.
Thank you.
So, first of all, what was it like the very first time you met the real Bernie? I mean, that's such a great shock at the end to see you in those end credits, and they came from him in prison to you sitting there talking to him.
Well, it was relief to see that he was, in fact, a sweetheart, as it had been written in our script. It felt like it was reinforcing our theory of what he would be like. And it was very surreal. It was strange. I'd never been in a maximum security prison. That was pretty intimidating. Lots of hardened criminals in there doing a hard time for hard crime. And then there was Bernie, who's just this big, sweet, soft, gentle mammoth of a man. And yeah, he didn't really fit in with the general population in there, to say the least. And it's good just to connect with him and talk with him and listen to his accents and his behavior and ask him a few things about his life.
Did you find yourself channeling him on set when you're off camera?
No, I'm not really that guy. Well, a little bit.
You're not method?
But I don't like lose track of time. And like, where was I? Like you hear about some actors that sink so deep into their character, the real Jack Black disappeared. I'm not like that. But I get into it.
The weird thing about watching that movie is when we watch your performance, it seems like Jack Black is just dying to get out. How do you hold it back?
How do I hold back the real Jack Black?
Yeah, like
Maybe that is the real Jack Black. Maybe all that other times I was forcing a big clown show. But the real Jack Black is like Sean Penn. Did you ever think about that?
But what about the mustache?
The stash.
Yeah, that's not the real Jack Black.
That is my secret weapon. Whenever I bring out the stash, the most powerful performances come to life. I don't know if you saw Nacho Libre, but the stash. It's like a superpower when I grow it.
Can you talk about creating the walk? Because to me, there seems to be a specific metaphorical significance to that.
Really?
Yeah, to me at least. Because you have one side that's straight and stiff, and one side that's kind of flared out.
Yeah. I don't know what that was about. That really did just come to me. That was really only a couple times do you get to see the walk in the movie.
Yeah, it's kind of the beginning and the end.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I can't really speak to the walk.
And what about at the beginning of the movie? It just was so amazing. You're driving along and you start singing in the car, and it was just, it just communicates, I think, to people watching it, this like giddy happiness that Bernie's got, and it's such a great moment. I mean, you laugh, you smile. It's what happened there? I mean, did Linklater say we're going to just put you in the car here and drive along and see what you do, or?
Yeah, that's what he wanted to do. Well, it's a great song. It's got a great bounce to it. And it was fun to sing along to it, and it was important to Rick that I know every lyric. I was like, really? Can't I just come in and I know what's important? It's, he would know every lyric, Bernie would know every. So I really studied it hard. I don't remember lyrics very well. I'm not one of those people who remembers lyrics or jokes. So.
Even your own?
Even my own. In the middle of trying to remember all the new album. But, yeah, and just a chance to see that part of Texas, those particular pine trees, and just to see how enthused he is at the beginning of the movie to be, part of the community, and yeah, it kind of told the story of who he was before the movie even starts.
Do you see him? I mean, the big question seems to be: is he a con guy who was there trying to get her for the money and have his private plane and get these worldwide trips? Or is he just a sweet guy that got sucked into being sweet and couldn't take it anymore and flipped?
I think it's more of the latter. It's a sweet guy who was a real pleaser. he liked people to love him to a fault, to a degree where it was like, maybe it's better just to leave her and let her hate you than it is to stay and, you know, and let things go as badly as they obviously did.
Could you talk about the,
No, yeah.
so could you talk about the collaboration working with Sherry McLean, because it might be daunting initially, but how do you guys working on the set?
Well, Shirley MacLaine is a hero of mine. I was always a huge fan of her performances going way back to The Apartment. She was it's rare that someone can be that beautiful and that talented, you know. Her performance was so good, and there was no one hotter than her back in the day. She's hands down the most talented and hot. It's a powerful combination. So it was a thrill to work with, you know. She's like a Jack Nicholson level of awesomeness. But she put me at ease early on. She would laugh at all my dumb jokes and made me feel like I was worthy.
Did you find yourself trying extra harder around her? Like trying to be funny and trying to...
Definitely. I mean, we kind of fell into the roles of the movie. I kind of became her Bernie to her Marjorie.
Wow.
And you know, I took care of her needs. Made sure she was always comfortable and attended to. She needed something cool to drink. Or she needed a hand to help her walk from here to there.
So-
I never actually gave her a foot massage or anything. I never went that far, but a little hint of that relationship was happening.
I wanted to ask, did you study, like, I'm drawing on the character, did you study any gay people that you know? You know, gay friends or...
I never really thought of it like that, no.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, it was in the back of my mind. But, you know, he was not
He's
flamboyantly out of the... Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
He never said that he was gay. And in that community, I don't think there's not a lot of flamboyantly out of the closet gay people
In East Texas.
in East Texas, right? Keep it well hid, and that was definitely part of his character. So, I tried to keep it subtle.
And you didn't ask him if he was gay in the prison?
No,
You didn't want to do that?
didn't feel like it was any of my business.
Yeah, I see that. I think a
But,
journalist would have asked, but...
Yeah, I probably should have asked more questions, but I'm kind of a shy guy. I don't like to probe.
Mm-hmm.
How do you prepare to do a part like this? Beyond just meeting him, what other prep work did you do?
I got to see a lot of videotapes of him because he's a public figure, and you know, there was great videos of him conducting ceremonies and you know, being in front of a congregation singing songs and yeah, so I studied those a lot just for the accent and for behavior.